We are all ordinary fathers, and today I'll be speaking with an ordinary father, and his name is Desmond. Hi, Desmond.
Hi, good morning, Parcsen. How are you?
I'm doing good, and thank you for being willing to have this conversation with me. And would you like to tell the audience, people watching, a little bit more
Okay.
about yourself?
Mm. Okay, my name is Desmond Tin. Quite a rare surname for a family of Chen. Okay, I am 53 years old this year. I'm working as now I've transited to become the IT auditors. I have two grown children or daughters. They are now 20 years old and one just turned legally 21 years old just last month.
Wow. Okay.
Entering a stage where your children is no longer children. I would like to really have a very good dialogue with Parcsen, which is a friend, maybe back in 2018, 2019, I'm not sure. But anyways, it will be a good dialogue between both of us, and then we share our thoughts between ourselves. At the same time, is that will be also serve as a dialogue with other fathers.
So let me take you back to 21 years ago when you first became a father, or when you first discovered that you're going to be a father. What were some thoughts that were going through your mind, and what were some emotions that you were experiencing?
At that point in time, when I first what we are planning for children at 2022, because my wife is not young and myself is early 31. I We are trying for the girl. At that point in time, is that we are a little bit disappointed because it's that the doctors say that my sperm count is quite low, and the possibility I have a child is will be lesser. That was a discouraged thing. Can you imagine? You want to be a father, you want to be have children, you suddenly have discovered this. But by God's grace, for whatever I suppose start the treatment. But when I start my very first treatment, the next day my wife said I'm pregnant. I haven't started my treatment. We're pregnant. I said, okay, by God's grace. I say, hallelujah. God is so gracious to us that we have our first girl without going through all those treatment. And those treatments are not so for a man. For a man, if you are prideful, if you say, "Oh, I'm not man enough," it's something is very excited because hallelujah, I finally have a child.
Mm.
It's going to born to my wife and myself. I really there's a lot of things going through my mind, to be very honest. Because of this background, I was elated. My wife was very excited, but we go through 10 months of hell because my wife first pregnancy, it was not easy. She's practically vomited. Really, really go through a very hard
Morning
time.
sickness, yeah, pretty bad.
It's more than morning sickness. It's really morning sickness. It's not only
Oh,
morning,
wow.
it's morning, afternoon, evening sickness. Literally every
I
meal
get you.
she
Yeah.
eat, she vomited. It's very bad throughout the almost 10 months, no? So
Oh my
it's that
God. Okay.
so during the period when I first discovered I was very happy. And during time 10 months of hell is that really have to be at the side of my wife. At the same time, about a time is that I have to go travel for my work. So it's that is a challenge at that point in time. Where balancing, I need to make sure my wife, thank God, is that there are some wonderful Christian friends willing to bring my wife out of sudden she had to go to the hospital because her vomited so bad, and she bring her there. I was given a lot of this help at that point in time to this
Wow,
group
that
of
was
friends.
very, very good. Mm.
Very good actually is that I really when I think about it at that point in time, the kind of feeling I have, the mixed feeling I have, being elated at the same time worried for my wife, and a lot of things going through in my mind.
When you first became a father, did you feel confident, quite confident, or not confident about,
That's a good question.
being a father?
Good questions. Okay, on the day of arrival, you know what I mean? On the day of
Yeah.
arrival, the exciting day of arrival, I tell you my very first thoughts and feeling. I was in the room with my wife, and the guy is there. The moment my first girl popped out with her head, the kind of feeling and mixed feeling is so difficult to explain to you. I think every father who is in that room and your wife, when you are the first one, I say, I am the first one to see my girl, not you. I was joking with my wife.
Yeah, that's true.
And when she popped up and came out totally, and the doctor said, you have the honor to cut the umbilical cord. A lot
Wow,
of
you
fathers
had the
cannot take it
honor.
right now.
I didn't even get it.
So he said, I cut it. It was a kind of feeling that you are my firstborn. I was so proud to have you. At that point in time, whether confident or not confident being a father, it's never flashed through my mind. At that point of time, I never think. I only think I'm so happy. This is my firstborn. I'm holding her with a, of course, it's a not say bloody, a big those kind of very waters, all those things. I think this is such a precious life that God given to me, to myself and my wife. I just the whole thing say, no matter what, I will sacrifice my life for you. Actually, at that point in time, that is my total feeling.
Wow, that's great. Yeah, that is
That is the
actually
moment.
very common among fathers.
Yeah.
That is the extent of their love, and they don't talk about it a lot. We don't talk about it a lot, right? But when
Yeah.
push comes to shove, I think many of us will be willing to do that. Somehow it's very natural for us. Wow, that's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. That's very, very personal story that you have, practically told the whole world. Okay, so you talked about being a partner with your wife, and I think that's great. I'm glad you see it that way. So let's talk a bit about parenting as a team, right? So you have two girls, and for 20 over years already, both of you have been parents to these two lovely ladies. What has it been like? What were some of the challenges you faced parenting as a team, and how did you overcome it?
To be honest with you, to be absolutely brutally honest with you, all of us when we first become father, when the variety stepped in, the first thought, one of the first thoughts you may have, how am I to be a role model? What kind of things I want to teach my girl? What are the things I should learn from somebody? I don't have a role model because most of us was born in the era when our fathers and mother are really struggling with their daily life. When we are so-called, don't have a so-called role model. I cannot say my father is good moral model. Heavy drinking, heavy smoker. So if I want to summarize these 20 over years of all the challenges, I rather want to say these are the few things we must bear in mind. First, as a new father when the children are born, you are a new father. You had no role model to follow. So it's that you are a work in progress as a father. Nobody is going to be an experienced father right from the start. We are a work in progress. We may make mistake. Oh, no, I don't want to say we may make mistake. We will make mistake.
Yes,
Confirm
we
make
will make
mistake.
mistakes.
And the mistake can be very major and may have impact on your children. And that is for sure. So remember, as a new father, whatever stages you are in, we are still learning. I just use our education as I described. As we are going to have go through kindergarten stage, primary school stage, secondary school stage, and then slowly, hopefully, become master and PhD. Second thing is that how I wish I know is that I lose my temper of quite a lot of times when my girls are younger days. I literally came my second girl because it's that I do not understand why she's so stupid. I want to use this word to reflect the situations. I should not have caned her, actually. Because at that point, I don't even know she had ADHD. She can't even see. She literally blind. Actually, my second girl was literally blind. Because can you imagine that I only discovered she had a 500 degree, not short-sighted, non-sightedness for a child of 3, 4 years old. Because I thought she's stupid. She can't do anything. She cannot understand, cannot see A to Z, 1 to 10. How I know? So is that I say when something is that discover as a if I come back the clock, if I really buck up myself, always make sure to understand the reason why my girls behave this way, so that it will not make the same mistake I am. Go and find out and consult other father whom or some people who experience to understand why. Is it development problem or go and consult doctor more? Third thing, I wish at the before earlier, I should attend more parenting courses and learn from other fathers. So I will not make the same mistake. Be humble. I said be humble. Most important, be humble. To learn from others. All of us are new father. All of us are learning. As I said, go back to the first point, work in progress. Just be humble and learn from others. Take up courses. The foundation of good parenting is not about how good you are teaching the children. A good foundation of parenting is that both husband and wife form the key foundation of the family. Without a strong relationship between husband and wife, you don't care how smart you are, don't care how well you do it professionally. Without that strong foundation, your family, your children will not be being parent in the whatever way you wish to be, because you both husband and wife are not in the complete set of units.
Wow, thank you for sharing all that. And I totally echo all that you said about learning, about, we are work in progress. I think for a lot of parents, when we become parents, we feel the responsibility that now I have to raise this child. But we forget about ourselves, that we have to continue growing, that we also have our own character flaws and, areas that we need to work on, right? And anger, yes, anger is a very big thing, because anger affects not just yourself, but also the whole dynamics and it changes the atmosphere in the home, isn't it? Right? When everyone is tense and anger, and the children are always living in fear, all right, and not knowing when you're going to be blowing up again, and they're walking on eggshells. So it's very stressful for the kids when this is the kind of environment they live in. And I like to use this metaphor, analogy, to describe a parenting team. And I use the example of a beach volleyball team where they're just two players, right? And these two players, of course, they need to be trained by a coach, by a trainer. So they need to go to one coach and says, can you train us to become a winning team? So the coach will, of course, train them with all the strategies and the skills that they need to become a winning team. But besides those skills, the beach volleyball skills, there's another set of skills that they need, and that is relationship skills. Because even though if both of them are good players, right, excellent in their skills, but they can't get along with each other, they can't win, right? They will not be able to win. So there are two sets of skills that they need. And so likewise, in a parenting team, they need two sets of skills. One is the parenting skills, and the other is their relationship skills. Yeah, so I totally echo what you've just shared, and thank you for sharing that. Let's talk about work-life balance. What's your work-life balance? What is work-life balance to you, and how is it working out for you?
Okay, to be honest with you, since 2003, 2004, my wife knows that I never like to work late. Even though it might impact on my professional life. To be honest with you, since 2004, I have never worked late. Even I work in a Japanese company, I never work beyond 6 or 7, 6:30.
Wow, that is not easy. Because
To be honest with you, I choose to do so. However, so it might impact on my performance appraisal, my commitment to work, perception of my commitment to work. That's the path I. That's why I said if I compare myself to a professional out to other people, I never fly very high in my work.
So
until today, I
it
not
is a
never.
price that you were willing to pay.
Yes, I willing to pay. I can always ask my wife. My wife is just beside me. I never work late. if possible. The ever time I work late, maybe until 7 o'clock, 7:30 latest. That is only occasionally, exceptionally. But if I count over this, if I use the average of 10 finger, on average about maybe 3 to 6 months, I never work beyond 10 finger over 6 months. I mean 10 overnight, overtime. Never. That's a price I pay. That's the price I pay. I will not earn like my friends can earn double my pay, or they can earn as a head of internal audit of big MMC, or they can earn about 20-25K for the entire Asia Pacific head of APAC internal audit. I never. I also do not want to go all the way until to be a director of the internal audit. As well as that professional, that because of this, I was always a last people to be selected for promotion, to selected for good high flying job. But anyway, now I'm 53. I have no regret. Even my current company, my boss know that I rarely work late. Only I work late in sense that is that I work until maybe 7 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock occasionally, just to make sure I get the report out. That's all. But beyond that, after certain hour, you don't expect to find me online.
So when you go for job interviews, do you actually state it right at the start? You say,
No.
don't expect me to work.
Never say that.
Okay.
The only thing I never regret is that at least during these 20 years of time, I still give a comfortable life to my children and my wife. My wife stopped working after she was found pregnant with a second girl in 2004. At that point in time, my wife quit her job in one day and tell me, I'm not going to work already. At that point in time, I'm not a high flyer, but thank God I have a courage to ask her to stay at home until almost she stay at home more than 10, 15 years. I cannot remember how many.
But you were afraid.
Actually, to be honest, I was afraid whether I can provide. But thank God I still can provide at the point in time. At the so-called less than ideal salary compared to my peers who are high flyer than me. But thank God is that we still manage all these years. Yes, may not be some other friends who said, oh, Abby, I go for this expensive. I get no point to compare. Just do what is right, what is you feel comfortable. You don't need to compare to others. But I bring my children twice per year, 3 times per year to Europe, Europe. Please don't compare. I only brought my family for the first time in Japan in only 2012 2013. After they bombed many years later.
Yeah, otherwise
Taiwan.
they won't be able to even enjoy it, right?
Yeah.
All they can do is look at photographs that you took.
So whatever their younger days, they can't even remember.
Exactly. What I'm hearing from you is you are acting based on your principles, your values, and your convictions, right?
Yes.
And so I compare that with having boundaries. Having boundaries means you know what you are willing to let people, in that sense, take from you, and what you're not willing, all right? And you are able to say no. Like people want more of your time and you say, no, I got something else to do, all right? I'm busy. People want to, take whatever they want to take from you, your time, your money. Some people, maybe there's a guy always want to borrow money from you. Then there comes a time you say no, right? And that's boundaries. So I do see work-life balance as an issue of having boundaries. And if you can't say no, then you do have an issue with boundaries. You're not firm enough. You're not sure about yourself, about what's important to you, and you let people invade your space and take things that are very important to you. Desmond, you shared earlier with me about a health crisis that you experienced sometime in your life. Would you like to tell us about it?
Okay. The very first event of my first chronic disease, which is everybody hate that kind of chronic disease called diabetes. And it's so prevalent until our government, national health care, put so much effort and money just to make sure that we do not get diabetes or delay our possibility of diabetes. That have a great impact on me. Okay, if I want to use this my own life as a scenario, I got it somewhere maybe 2008, 2019. I think it was 2018, 2017. That was the time I lost my job, and then I cannot find a full-time job. Forever, I was down in luck. I'm driving. I cannot blame because I'm driving as a Uber driver at that point of time, 2016 and 17. The causes, I let it happen to me because I was so worried for my family. I was trying, literally driving 14 hours per day. Can you imagine that? Just to earn that 8,000 to 10,000 target every month for my family, just to maintain my stray day, because stray day of I did not find a full-time job which earn me that kind of money. So it's that all of a sudden, there's one morning, I think 2017 or 2018, all of a sudden I was driving. I feel that was after Chinese New Year that I remember, February. All of a sudden I feel something is wrong with my body. Something prompted me, better go and see a doctor. As a result, I found I see the doctor. The doctor said it seems to be high. So okay, I do a HbA1c. You know what's my first result? The normal standard, if it touches 7, you're confirmed to have diabetes on average 3 months cycle. First test, 13.1.
Wow. All right.
13.1. Second test, 11.4, because the 13.1 because is that I did not do fasting. Second test, I do fasting, 11.4. How bad it is? It's terrible. All of a sudden, I just wake up. I was fat. So-called gained a lot of weight at that point in time. I'm not saying very, very fat, very big size. I can see my tummy. Was weighing about 80 plus. I used to be 60 plus. I wake up. So every day, I told myself, I had to start to do something. If I collapse, how is my wife going to pick up the pieces? First thing is that every day after I finish working, driving, I was living at the 17th floor. So literally, I climb up and come down, climb up and come down, climb up and come down at least 5 times before I go home. Every day without fail. I start walking on the weekend. 3 months later, I was 11.4 on the second test insist by the doctor because the first one is 13.4 or 13.1. Can you guess, after 3 months, when I redo my HbA1c, you know how much I will drop to?
Maybe 8 point something?
Wrong. I dropped to 6.2.
Wow, that's amazing. All right.
And it's from 11.4 to 6.2. I even had the medical report with me. So in 2022, I start to do gym. I do exercise. In 2022, I clock in 1 year, 2,500 to 80 kilometers per year. Clocking, running, excluding walking. If I include walking, I'm clocking about 3,000 kilometers. So this is something to help me. I'm encouraging all fathers in order to be a true partner to your wife and to be a role model to your children and the kind of value you want to set the children. First thing, take care of their health. Never give excuses to yourself, say that I should not do something positive to your own body or this thing. Never give excuses. So this is a first crisis. May I go to the second crisis?
Yes, please.
In 2023 or 2022, all of a sudden, I just feel right for my heart. I was going to the hospital to check my heart in A&E because my heart was pumping. They can't find anything wrong. But don't know for whatever reason. I say half a year later, I say, I'll go back to the cardiologist. I say, I feel that something is wrong with me. They say, so through all my record, ECG, everything is, except the particular ECG looks a little bit funny, but it doesn't tie with other testing that I look normal. But I thought you do the CT scan, since it's paid by insurance. You know what's the result? The doctor was very surprised. The cardiologist, oh, Mr. Ting, your mid artery is 31% blocked. And another, that I cannot remember which artery is about 13% blocked. Second health crisis made me tell me that no matter what, first thing, take care of health. By taking care of health, you take care of your wife, you can take care of the children. So these are the two health crises I had over the past 3 years, that made me rethink as a father, how am I set a good role model to my two children who are growing up, grow up already? The only thing as a father, as a parent, a co-partner with my wife, I want my children to be healthy. I want my children to be happy. If I don't even take care of myself, who is going to be the one who teach them?
This has been a very interesting discussion, and thank you for sharing your life with us. Thank you for being willing to be on this program.